Morning, guys. How are we doing? I'm just sorting out. I'm just sorting out parking meter. 2 seconds. Still not doing it? Oh, you done it, yeah? Oh, sweet. All right, keep that one there. Right. What we'll do is how we doing, guys? You all right? I've just literally got here to the Ibis Hotel. I'm going to heading down there now. Not as busy today, I've been told, but it doesn't matter. I've been asked to come down here a few times, so it's just GauciReports here. Get it liking, sharing, subscribe. We'll just see what goes on down there. It's going to speak to some people. At the end of the day, we've got to support where we can. These guys have asked me down, the flaggers and that, so I just thought I'd come down for an hour or so. I'm not going to be here too long, but it's about showing up at the end of the day. So I hope you guys are all right. Hope the sound and everything's good. If you can put some comments in the box, that'd be appreciated. I'm making my way here now. So the things as well about Stevenage, right? I used to work around here, and I know there's a lot of vulnerable children that live around here. That's a fact. I know that. I know that myself personally. And yet we've got these hotels housing migrants, and yeah, well, we know, you know my thoughts in it all. They all need deporting. Do you know what I mean? Shouldn't be having them. Shut these hotels down. I believe there was a bit, don't know if there was a bit of trouble here a couple of weeks ago outside one of the protests. I don't know. I'm going to come down here, find out, speak to some of the locals and see what's going on. So it's a bit wet and miserable. It's not as cold as what I thought. How you doing, Joanne? You all right? Morning. Gauci, cheers. Yeah, morning. V. God, I need to get my eyes tested, man. I fucking feel tired as well. I'm knackered to just wake up. Had a late night. Yeah, let's get them comments going. Yeah, how are we doing? All good. Mr. Gauci. Patilla, yes. Right, tell me what you want to hear as well. I'll try and speak to... Oh, it did look a bit quiet around here, so I'm not expecting a lot of people, by the way, guys, but it's not about that. You see what this lady's giving us. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah,
What's this?
you have to be your picture.
What are we preaching today?
We're telling people that Jesus loves them.
What is it, Christianity?
Yes.
Good on you. We need to bring... Christianity needs to come back into this country. What do you think about... because I'm gonna go to this protest outside the hotel, right?
Okay.
Because we're all about closing down these hotels because of these migrants, right? What do you think though about? Do you think we are being invaded by Islam?
The thing is that if they find what should be found,
Say that again.
if they find what should be found in this country, right, you won't be able to take it.
But do you think like? Do you mind I'm filming live, by the way?
I don't mind.
Yes, all right. So can you hold up for a sec, though? Because this is important. Because like, it's not just about this face. It's not just about it's not about just Christianity, but there's a wider picture, not just about closing down these hotels. Yeah. Do you hear what I'm saying? So
I do hear what you're saying.
Because like at the moment, do you not think that the whole of the UK is like completely like broken?
Well, in a way, we're not preaching religion. We're
Yeah.
preaching love. But what we're saying is that we're not imposing what we have on you. But if you
Yeah.
come to somewhere, embrace what they're doing there. Not come.
But the thing is that Britain as a whole, so from a political point of view, right? But
Yeah.
we'll talk about
Yeah.
It's a Christian country, yeah.
Yes,
It is a Christian country.
Yes, so
But-
everyone that comes to Britain should maintain the standard of Christianity that they meet
Yeah.
here. Is either they join that Christianity, but not to come and impose what they're doing.
Because do you believe? Because I believe you don't need to be a Christian to have Christian values, if that makes sense.
Of course, morals says that you do good.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to be a Christian, but it's good to be a Christian as well because of the foundation
course.
of this country. Like Smith Wigglesworth, they fought for this country and they pray a lot for this country to remain a Christian country.
But do you think we've lost that them Christian
Yes.
values within the UK?
Yeah. Oh yes, that is lost within the UK. But the thing is that it depends on individual. Individual needs to bring that foundation back So if I come to you now, if you tell me that you're Christian and you know what you serve as a Christian, nobody will be able to tell you otherwise. And nobody should force you to do what you don't want to do. So everyone in this country, if you know you're a Christian, go back to your roots and preach that Christianity.
What are your basic Christian beliefs then? Like, what in order to to not say preach and impose it on people, but what do you think? What do you think is lacking within the UK? What are the morals and beliefs that we are lacking from Christianity that we need to
We need
impose?
to bring Jesus back
Yeah.
to United Kingdom. All right. And we should tell others as well that this is what the root of this country is all about. It's not about religion, it's about knowing Jesus as your Lord and your Savior. So whoever wants to come here should be ready to embrace what is the foundation of this country.
Yes, for me, right. So I'm a Christian. I'm Catholic, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not a practicing Catholic. I openly admit that. Even though my kids are baptized, Holy Communion, confirmation, they've done all the rest of
Christianity
it.
is not about
Yeah,
going to church.
yeah,
It's about having Jesus
yeah,
and
I
do
agree.
good,
And
love one another, and that's what it's all about. Don't hate people. Don't discriminate. Show love. That's what Christianity is
and
all about.
and that is the morals that
It's
I'm
the
looking for.
morals. It's
Yeah,
the morals. Do good to all. Love
yeah.
everyone equally. Don't come and want to kill somebody or want to do something bad to somebody because they don't believe in what you believe in.
I hear that for me, and I've said it to a lot of people when I speak to on either lives on X, on YouTube, or social media. For me, it's very simple. It's knowing the difference between right and wrong, good and bad, good and bad. It's very for me, it's that simple. So that's why for me, you don't need to be a Christian to have them types of beliefs. But it's important that if you're not a Christian, that you should come into the UK with them types of morals and beliefs. Now that's where politically there's the problem because we are seeing say illegal migrants coming over, staying at these hotels, and they've got all. It doesn't matter what their religion is. Yeah, it doesn't even matter if they're Christian or is Islam or whatever, follow Islam. It doesn't matter, right? Because they are causing the problem. So even though religion and say
Morals.
yeah, there is a link because I think people believe people that I speak to think there's like extreme Islam, for instance, is taking a grip on the country, and there's certain elements that we've seen, especially like in the news recently, where we've seen multiple stabbings, rapes, murders, anti-social, like all these things that are going on. I see it day in, day out, and there is a cause, there is a link between illegal migrants coming over here and crime. That's just the fact of the matter. I mean, I normally cover Epping protests and stuff like that, and what's going on in that community is like for me, it's disgusting. Do you know what I mean? So I'm here like basically for wanting to get these hotels shut down, but at the same time, I do think there's a wider picture. It's not just about shutting down these migrant hotels. I think there is a problem with immigration in this country. I think we do need a lot of mass deportations, but that's not the only problem we have. It's things that we always focus on, and it's not about race either. It's about, like you say, I do think we need to stop legal migration, right? But because we're just unsustainable as a nation. Now, my mum's Irish, my dad was born here but come over from Malta, right? So I'm a third generation migrant myself. But at the same time, it goes back to what you said at the beginning. If you come to this country, you've got to be able to embrace and not impose yours on anyone else. Embrace it doesn't mean
and come with the intention of contributing to the country, not taking out.
and it doesn't mean to say you can't celebrate your own culture or other cultures.
Oh, you of
Yeah,
course,
but
of
I
course,
think that
of course you
predominantly
can.
that takes the priority. You know, I've seen there was like I don't know if there was like Polish Independence Day earlier this week, and I've seen some of the footage, and they're so proud of their country, but they are so strict on everything, like in terms of like letting people in. And I think that's what we need. We need because I think we've got open borders.
That's the thing. That's what I said earlier. If somebody is coming into your privacy, you tell them your rules and your regulation,
Yeah.
and they must be ready to embrace that. So if you open everything to everyone, everyone will come and build their own. But if you tell them that this is the law of the land, this is what we believe in the land, if you want to come in, you're welcome, but you have to abide.
I agree, I agree. And being a Christian doesn't mean you have to be a walkover or a nice person. It's about believing what is, like I say, right and wrong, right and wrong.
Christianity is all about
Yeah.
believing in Jesus and doing good.
No, I agree. Well, thank you very much. I want to
You're
take more of your
welcome.
time, and I'll
Thank you.
yeah. So thank you.
Nice
What was your
day.
name?
Adi.
Addy. There we go, guys. There's Addy. Thank you. We just had a little chat there. So come on. Thank you. Oi. Can you take that leaflet, please? There we go, guys. That was just a little walk and talk there. Seemed a nice enough lady. Hope you're well. I'm great. Hi, Johnny, mate. How you doing? How you doing, Jody? All good. I don't know. Am I going in the right direction? Oh, I'm going in the wrong direction, guys, because I've not been to this part yet. What do we think about that? I do get a lot of negativity as well. I get a lot of shit, but at the end of the day, I don't care. I've got my morals. I know that for a fact. I've got my beliefs. So, where are we? Oh, there it is down there. Oh, right. I'm going to spin the camera around. I'm going to walk down. Look, I don't know if you can see in the background there, guys. Look, there's the hotel there. I believe, from what I was told, this is where the some of the migrants were like abusing some of the protesters, and they were throwing bottles of piss on them and throwing stuff out the window. I'd love to see him try that today. Well, not that I could really do anything if they're doing it from a window, to be honest, but would be good to get a few of them. Oh, here we go. Oh, they found that down. We've got 29 in the room. Come on, let's get some numbers up, man. I know it's Saturday and everyone's got their own stuff to do, man. I know there's a few other protests elsewhere. But we'll see. Like I say, GauciReports here in Stevenage. We're just approaching the Ibis Hotel there. And the protest looks like it's taking place. And they've said to me there's not many people here, which is fine. Times like this, it's wet, it's cold. People got starting to do their Christmas shopping. We'll go around and have a chat with a few people. I've not been to this particular protest, so the least I can do is show up and see what people are thinking. Do you know what I'm saying? So, look, it's a big hotel as well. That must be, how many floors we got here? 2, 4, 6, 8. I reckon there's got to be like 12 floors. I don't know the numbers actually hosting, to be honest. But look, a few patriots outside there now. Go down and have a look. Might have to pull my socks up. 1 second. I've got a thing about pulling my socks up. We've got about a few. Let's go and have a look. Go and speak to some people out here. A few people preaching Christianity. Let's go and have a look. Go and say hello to these guys out here. How we doing, guys? You all right? No? There's Aaron over there. There's a few of the boys over here. How we doing, everyone? You all right? How you doing, mate? You all right, guys? You all right? How you doing, mate? You all right? I'll wait till you boys are finished. So here we are, guys. There is a turnout here, regardless. How we all doing, chaps? You all right? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Just thought I'd come down and show my face down there. I've not been to this one. These boys have been asking me that. You know, so I'm sorry I didn't come to that one on that Monday, man.
Yeah, those 3 young girls.
Yeah, you have seen you over in Epping. Is that right? Yeah, I've seen you over there. Yeah, no, I've seen you over there.
Yeah.
Is this your first time down here?
Yeah, it's only because I come today because it's been a Saturday.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd do about an hour and a half because I'm going to football something. But anyway, I just sort of come along.
Are you Stevenage supporter?
Who?
Stevenage supporter.
I'm Bromley, actually.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, yeah. No, I just come along. I thought this Saturday, come along, give these guys a bit of support like I do over in Epping. I haven't got kids or anything like that, but I've got friends who've got children, grandchildren, and if I don't do something, they ain't going to have a future.
No, I don't blame you, mate.
Yeah.
I've literally come down for exactly the same reason.
Yeah.
Because it's the first one I've been. Do you know, I used to work in Epping. I know I'm Stevenage. I know Stevenage quite well.
Yeah.
And it's a huge hotel, to be fair, isn't it?
Well,
how is it housing in here? Do we know? Yeah, you can film me. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, no worries.
How many is in this hotel? Is it?
This years ago, this used to be about
Got
300 in there.
I was going to say, it's got a lot of floor. There's like, it's got to be what, 2, 4, 5. Double the rooms up. So you got like about 200 in there.
300 all
Right, okay. So it's the same size. It's a bit bigger than the Bell. This one's a little bit. This one's a bit bigger than the Bell Hotel and everything.
I think it'd be a good turnout tomorrow after what happened this week.
Where's that? In Epping.
The crowds are a little bit
Hey, there was a flash protest there last week. I went down there. Yeah, I got yeah, it was actually. I mean, I got down there early, so there was no one there when I got there, like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've done a couple of interviews, and then then I popped off, and then I done my life went on a tangent with someone else. I done yeah, I seen there was a bit. I didn't go back down there in the evening. I've done a bit of the walk down from the high street.
I think they need to put the barriers up. Because I don't use the other week when that car didn't swerve.
Yeah, I've got that on camera as well. I didn't get the actual swerving, but I've got the police getting told off for that because that was out of order.
I must admit, I think personally, them barriers should go up.
I think even if they put a bit at the front bit where the cars are coming down, so it just stops the cars going towards the bus lane. Do you know what I mean?
Only one is nothing left is the one is just driving into people. Look what happened in Liverpool. The car can do a lot of damage.
I know.
And the thing with me, I always seem to be on the edge of the fucking road. I do.
Yeah, it's nice. Well, not nice to be there, but you know what I'm saying. That's where, I'm like that. I don't like being at the back of anything because I'm only little.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but what makes this me is a lot of people, you probably work with people just oblivious what's going on. They think, why you bother? They ain't going to do anything. He goes, what? A lot of people are not really that interested because it doesn't affect them. In certain areas, they haven't got these hotels. Like I live in south of the river, and we ain't got. I think there is hotels, but people don't really. They're not interested. As long as they've got their Sky and whatever, they got a pint. They don't. They're just like they can eat the smell of coffee.
I agree because the way that I see it, right, we've all been like that. We've all been asleep for like the last 20 years, and now the tide's turned a little bit. But there are still people with that ignorance. They want to get on with their day-to-day life, and I don't blame them. But what they don't understand is what they're doing is detrimental to their children and their children's children. Do you know what I mean? Because I think even at the state that we're in at the moment, I think it's going to be decades before we even get anywhere back to want to be. So it won't happen in my lifetime, I don't think.
But I think, to me, right, where you want to think of reform, right, you're going to have two choices next time round, whenever the election is. And you're going to have Reform or Labour. If Reform don't get in next time, then I think that'd be it. I don't think there'd be no way back.
I mean, I'm not a Reform fan, but I don't blame people for. I think they've got some good people. I think they've got some people that I'm not a big fan of. But ultimately, it comes down to if your local councillor is doing a good job, then I think fair play to them. Do you know what I mean? Because there are some people there that do want to do a good job, but at the same time, I mean, even though as much as I hate to say it, you're probably right. If it ain't. The only thing I fear with Reform is that I think they're a Trojan horse. I think they're going to be another uni party 2.0, but they can't be any worse than what we've got.
Well, it's like in the food, and also in the day is people say, oh, they got some people in the there's a lot. The thing with politics, there's a lot of big egos. So I would say not everyone's going to get on, and there's a lot of backstabbing. So if it's Reform or France UK would be no different to Reform. Because there's always people in there with big backstabbing someone to get in. And the thing with Rupert Lowe and Ben Habib, part of the reason was they're multimillionaires, they run their own business, they've always told people what to do. Now they've been told what to do, they didn't like it. I do like Ben, actually. I met him quite a few times, Ben.
I quite like Ben and Rupert.
I do.
But then to be fair, so on the point you said, right, like you say, right, they don't even need the money, right? Especially Rupert, right? They've got very successful businesses. Yeah. So they don't need to do it. Yeah. So what are they doing it for? I do believe there's like this thing with ego, and I think you are going to get that in every part. But then sometimes you need that. You need that character. Like as much as I used to be a fan of Nigel Farage, as much as I'm not now. Yeah. At the same time, you got to give him. He's got the X factor as a politician. Well, he's got the charisma to pull it off, and that's what he's done. But at the same time, unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be what people expect.
But he's just saying the right things, maybe.
Yeah. But
what do you? What then? You think he's going to go against? Because I've heard this thing, but then why? He doesn't need to say that. There's so many people. Like if he backed. We don't have to have the big debate about the Tommy Robinson thing, but if he backed Tommy Robinson like Ben Habib done, look how much support he'd get. There was like over 1 million people that went to that event, right? That's 1 million voters in your back pocket. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with saying you're right wing. There's nothing wrong saying you want to deport all these immigrants, and even with legal migration, because people don't understand. They're not just coming over on boats; they're coming over on planes, lorries. Then what they're doing is they're letting their visas expire, and then they're going off off the face of the earth, so you can't track them. Then that's it. Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. So we've got all the people like that. So I know we concentrate on the boats because it's the thing that we physically can look at, and like we see, they shouldn't be. Of course, we know what's going on. And then you've got the cheek of people like Border Force going on strike. Go on strike for what? It seems like they've been on strike for like 6 years because they've done nothing.
The thing is, right?
I think all it is, Reform are just saying what people are clinging on to at the moment. You know, Reform are kind of the only party out there that really seems to be on our level. You know, it's not really what
I think what it is though with Reform, they got in at a good point. And that's when you had the likes of Rupert Lowe on their side and Ben Habib there. Then obviously shit hit the fan in January earlier this year. But the thing is, they've got the mainstream, and even they was like not got a mainstream need. But this is the problem Advance have got. They've actually got to put boots on the ground because let's face it, as much as I like the people on GB News and I like watching their content and their coverage, and I'm not going to stop doing that, they do stop the likes of Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe going on there and other people because I think there is a protection of Reform there. There is, I think, that, and they do promote Reform in that way. And you know, if I was a Reform supporter, I think that's brilliant because that's exactly what the country they need because they get shunned on the likes of, well, I don't even like to say the word BBC, but you know, they get shunned by them, ITV, Channel 4. They're all paid fucking government by the government. They're all established. They're all
the voice box for the government, aren't they?
No, exactly. What are you on the channel? You got your own channel,
Marcus Mark.
Marcus Mark.
Yes,
Marcus Mark.
channel.
Were you on YouTube?
YouTube, yeah.
Are you on any other platforms?
No, just Instagram.
Instagram.
Facebook.
Are you live on YouTube now?
I'm not live.
Oh, you're recording?
Edit this all down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Marcus Mark. If any of you guys are out there, subscribing. Like I say, new channel.
What is it you mainly cover?
We're covering a lot of protests now. We was at the Digital ID one a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
back in Marble Arch. We've got one coming up next Saturday, Digital ID. We'll be at that one. There was one in Birmingham as well a few weeks back. Just talking out about what's happening in the world now with a lot of things, you know, with this Digital ID, with what's going on with the...
This is the thing. There's so many things that are affecting us now. Like there are distractions with things like digital ID. Like I was at the protest in Downing Street for that one, the No to Digital ID one. Then we had the ones the other week as well, like Starmer out. But I feel there's so many. It's such a hard job, if you want to call it a job, living it, being a resident of the UK, because there's so many. We're being divided by the government. We've been hit with missiles left, right, and centre, and we don't know which way to turn our heads. Don't get me wrong; illegal migration is a massive problem for me, and for everyone, I think, and that is the main priority that people want to see change. But it's not the only thing. Like I was speaking to a lady up there about, she was preaching about Christianity. These are people, boys, whatever, giving out leaflets. I was speaking to her because I was asking her about Christianity because I do think, you know, Christianity. We are a Christian country at the same time, but we need to reinforce some of the values of Christianity. I mean, it's something that's, you know, a lot of the parties like UKIP, for instance, have been going on about for a long, long time. But we need to really, because everyone's divided. Families are all divided. If you want to go back to like the kids, all this antisocial behaviour, kids, you need to go all the way back. That family units are being broken up.
Do you know what I think the answer will be? The answer will be your saving grace, and this is my opinion, will be the digital ID. And I think that's a major red flag at the moment, because I think as soon as we go down that road with digital ID, we're giving up everything. We're giving up our freedoms. And I think this is being used as a leverage to bring that in.
Yeah, they problem,
reaction,
solution.
Create problem. I've talked about this on my previous videos. Problem, reaction, solution. You create a problem, you get people saying, what can we do? What can we do? They bring in the reaction, and it's not what you had agreed with first of all, but it's a problem to react to.
They're already implementing it though in little way, shape or form, and people don't realise it. And we got to blame ourselves as well to some degree, because we've got everything on an app. And I'm guilty of it, and I'm still guilty of it. So I'm actually being a hypocrite, and I admit that. You know what I mean? But I always forget to, like, it's so convenient. But it's things like, you know, using these Just Eat apps, using this. But what people don't understand, the app with this digital ID, because it's not an ID card, it's an app. They will have access to absolutely everything on your phone. You're giving away permission to everything, whether that's all your anything, WhatsApps, contacts. Everything, and they can shut you down. We're going to become a social credit score, and they'll be able to measure you, how far you drive. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to. You can't buy that. They've even now got carbon footprints on food packaging.
Well, certain banks are now saying, is it NatWell something that's saying that, oh, you've had your carbon footprint on what you're spending. like if you're spending so much on petrol, it's coming up with your carbon score, and that's on the bank. That's on your bloody statement.
I know it's ridiculous. I do. So I ignore a lot of them things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, try and use cash, guys, as much as you can. I know it's an inconvenience sometimes, but we
It's
really
also
don't- we really
going
don't.
back to your earlier point with about digital ID. It's the one thing that could probably bring the so-called left and the right together, because there's so many people on the left that disagree with it as well. And if there's one bit of common ground that we can all get together on, even just to close the government down, because look, like you said, they've come out and said digital ID will stop illegal migration. Excuse my French, how the fuck is it going to stop illegal migrants crossing our channel without any documents anyway? They're unvetted anyway. Do you really think they're going to give a shit about a digital ID? So what you're saying is you want us to have it so that anyone that hasn't got it are the ones you're then going to either deport or detain. So what about people like me that's going to refuse to have it? So you're literally going to then detain me or court and give me fines or whatever, or go to prison or whatever it is. So it's not going to stop anything. Do you really think these people on the boats they're laughing at us?
Well, the thing is, right, you say that ID, right? End of the day, they chuck their ID across the fucking to the channel straight away, so the ID's already gone. So, end of the day, most of these my language, most of these people on these delivering this food. Who are these people? Have they got ID? I don't know what it's like in Stevenage, right? I live south of the river, and it seems to me that last night I came back from Chisholm last night, and I got back to Clapham Junction about 11:30ish or something like that. And this bloke's going around delivering food. Who delivers food at 11:30 on a Friday night? What are they delivering?
Well, and they're working illegally out of these hotels.
Yeah.
We've seen them.
Yeah. Cool, we know that.
Yeah, and that was going on a lot with the Canary Wharf
Going back to the politics,
hotel. They were coming in out their scooters, weren't they?
going back to the Nigel Farage, right? Adam Brooks said this about a month ago over in Epping. What you got to remember, no politician is your friend. So regardless of whatever your political views are, even Donald Trump, Nigel Farage, none of them. At the end of the day, they're all snakes. Yeah. And I read Katie Hopkins' book, and someone said, "Katie, you need to get into politics." She goes, "No, I'm not a snake," and that's the only way you get into politics. I know a former Tory MP, Scott Benton, and he got kicked out of the Tory party. He was a naughty boy anyway. And he goes, when he's going to cabinet meetings with Boris Johnson, and he goes, people would do anything, stab you in the back, stab you in the front, so they get into that cabinet. They don't care who they tread on. And politics is such a messy business, and they're all the same.
I think it all needs rerouting, deep rooting. It needs overhaul, and the civil service and the civil service. I think that's the main issue, because the civil service are the ones that have been they're the protectors between the prime ministers or the presidents or whatever, the leaders, and the so-called WEF or the EU. They are the ones with the strings. And fortunately, Keir Starmer is a puppet.
Yeah.
He's a puppet on a string.
You take Keir Starmer out, people say, "Oh, get rid of this Keir Starmer." There'll be another one in the background. There'll be someone else in the background.
You're going to get David Lammy.
Yeah, exactly.
The village idiot.
Yeah.
The thing is, right, going back to, I was over in Chelsea a couple of weeks ago, and I
stand this side.
I heard these two lads talking, and they said, at the moment, I can't stand Starmer, but you get rid of him, you've got Lammy or some moves away. In a way, it's better to stick with Starmer.
No, you're right, Percy. Sorry, I'm just talking to my audience there. Sorry. You're right, Percy. Yeah, what man is getting married, having kids now? If that's just your first question, mate, yeah. Because I wouldn't blame a man for not getting married, man.
That bloke called Calm.
Young men are at the... Please, all, yeah. Cheers. How you doing, Seth? You're right. We need to stop playing their game by the rules. How you doing, Crow? How you doing? Say a few shout out. How you doing, David? No, exactly. SP old. Is that you, SP? Yeah, they're not coming here with their doctor's degree. Did anyone see the Rachel Millward speech at the Green Party? Was it a Green Party conference or a Green Party meeting? Absolutely fucking... She's... Oh, I shouldn't be swearing this early on a Saturday, but... Are we getting any... Do you reckon any of these will come out? Any of these lot come out?
That's why we've come a little bit nearer, because a few of them keep coming in and out. We're going to see if we can get... we've had a couple of interviews.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get some interviews with them.
Hayley's there in a black cap. She's one of the pink ladies for Stevenage. She
said
she'll have a chat here.
Yeah.
Have a chat with her.
Al, are you all right just holding the camera while I'll have a chat with... How you doing, Hayley? You all right?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Have we met before?
Probably. I've been like Epping, I've been Dover, I go to Cheshunt. Goes
Yeah,
go
maybe
to
I have met
London
in
quite a
Epping.
lot as well.
So you're
Yeah.
so you're representing the Pink Ladies for Stevenage.
That's right. Yes, I
And
am.
how have you found it here so far?
Do you know what people are scared to come out. I think more and more as the weeks go on. This is only my third week. Will be tomorrow because I do mine Sundays, 11 till 1. So we are getting a lot of attention. People are asking more questions. They are wanting to know what the Pink Ladies.
So people are reaching out to you
Yeah, people
from the
are reaching
area
out to me.
regarding the Pink Ladies and about what you
Yeah.
are about. Yeah.
And also other groups that are in Stevenage, like Stevenage Watch, Patriots, that sort of stuff. But people are generally just scared to come out, or they just don't believe it's happening. I mean, I feel that's the term, and that's the kind of vibe I'm getting.
Do you actually come out and speak to the locals here now, for instance? Because you do.
I do. So I'm quite vocal when I do mine. So we do get people, and we do get a lot of lefties come here, and we get people that ask us questions such as, one lady last week said to me, before you start spewing your rubbish, do you actually fact check? And as I said to her back, how can I fact check someone in there we don't know? It's not undocumented, unvetted. They're not even fingerprinted. So what am I fact checking against?
That's the point.
Nothing. And she didn't answer. She goes, I understand. I said, look, at the end, what you've got to do is, not everyone out here protesting at a hotel. We're not just protesting at hotels. I'm protesting at the government. I'm protesting at children's services. I'm protesting about social service, the police, everything.
Do you blame them for coming here and getting all this for free? You don't blame them.
Listen, these men are coming from third world countries, where women are next to nothing. They don't have a voice. They don't even have a face. They're completely and utterly distinguished. They're only there in physical form. Every single one of their rights are taken away. So we've got these men coming in who are undocumented, unvetted. We don't know what countries they're coming from, because they come through sometimes up to 16 safe countries before they reach us. We've got men that we know that are coming over that have already got citizenship in France, but they're still coming here undocumented. So they're coming here because they get everything they want. They get the free housing, they get the free benefits, they get the free NHS. They can come here.
Well, they've got NHS and GPs on tap. Some of them, I don't know if they have them in this hotel, but they have them on site as well. And they're bringing over diseases as well. Let's not face it.
They're bringing over TB. They spit in everywhere. They don't have the same culture values as us. They don't live the same ways. They don't even want to integrate. They don't want to know about it. They've just literally come over here because we're a soft touch.
And on top of that as well, they've been given all of this for free.
Yes.
And how do they appreciate Britain and the people that live here, British citizens? They start going out and committing crimes on our young women and our children.
Yeah.
And so, I've not been to Stevenage for a while. I do know the area.
Yes.
And I said on my intro as I walked up, I know for a fact, because I've worked with them, there's a lot of vulnerable young people in this area as well, whether that be in social care system or whatever it may be. I know that 100% fact. And I know that they sometimes either go missing or they're roaming the streets late at night. Whether that's they go off and cause antisocial behaviour is another thing, but we are getting a lot of young people that are causing a lot of problems. That are at the back end of a lot of problems that these migrants are getting.
Yeah, because also as well, if you come here at 4:30 at night, it's pitch black. Now all these lights used to be on underneath here. If you come here, it's completely black. You cannot see down there, and all you can see is creams from here. And they are come out at night. We've watched them coming out at night, and there's gyms here, and there's people that finish work late, and they are afraid to walk. They're getting their husbands to come and pick them up. There's children that walk through here. There's schools all around here, and there's children that walk through to get to other parts of the town, and they're being chased, they're being followed, they're being ogled, they're being whistled at, and these are our children.
And what's the sort of response you're getting from the police? Because I know as well that the police station is a stone's throw away, literally over there.
It's over that way. Yeah. So the police do come here on a Sunday, and I can only tell you what I engage with them. And the first time I protested, we actually saw an immigrant going into there with a knife. We told the police, they went in there and engaged with them. That's all they did.
I think I saw the footage.
Yeah, so they didn't even take the knife off him. So
they
didn't take the knife off him or anything. All they said was engage and they walked off. So this is the level that they are expecting from the police. We're not going to get protected by the police. If we come here, they're always against us. They're never there supporting us and what we're saying.
Is there any today, by the way? Because I've not seen any.
But then we have got a new camera up there, so I'm assuming that new camera must be a new bit of tech. So whether they can do virtually, they can watch us now. They don't even have to be on the ground. But they've openly admitted that there are men in here that we know that are criminals. We've seen their paperwork. They've been here because they're what's that Crown Court, St Albans Crown Court for sexual assault and drugs, but they're in here amongst our community and our vulnerable.
We've got you know, I know this anyway, but just to state, we've got illegal migrant criminals, so they're illegal anyway,
They're illegal
and yet the
anyway,
police
yeah.
just do nothing.
No.
Nothing. Oh, we haven't got the. You've got. You have.
Yeah.
And then
They have
are
the
you
power.
getting issues with them with this civil trespass into
Yeah.
schools? Oh, we can't do
Yeah.
nothing. Civil trespass.
We had a school lockdown in the week, Mosbury Way. And when I rang my child's school and I said to him, this was at 8:30 in the morning, I said, are you aware of an incident that happened in Mosbury Bay? They didn't know. Why are schools not knowing? If something happens in a school in Stevenage, all the schools should know, so then they can be prepared of what may or may not happen. Let's not beat around the bush. We know it's going to happen. One of our schools is going to get infiltrated. One of them is going to murder, and it's going to be serious. They're going to murder, or they're going to maim our children. We are all sitting time bombs. You know, I mean, every time we put our children into school, they're a target.
When you engage with the schools, when that sort of happened, do the parents get informed straight away themselves?
Well, this is
and how do the school give that communication out? Because I've seen a few emails from schools that have gone out to parents and they've played down the system.
Yeah.
Oh, he was left the area.
Yeah.
He was just loitering around. He was just this.
Yeah.
It was just that. No.
Nothing, no.
That would make me more afraid of you as a
Yeah.
education system sending my child into your school, trying to dress it up like the police
Yeah.
do, and
Yeah.
defending them when I've got you've got to look after my children. You're there to safeguard my kids, and if they're not with me, I expect you to do what I would do as a parent, and yet you're not, and you're coming out with stupid communication emails like that.
Yeah, and they play it down. They play down the sensitivity of the person, of what he looks like, where he comes from, and again, they're manipulating the information. But again, the schools are not. We're not told about the schools when it
It's like the
happens.
one in Loughton where the school went into lockdown, and then and I know Sarah White turned up there doing a live. She was there. The school
Yes.
was in lockdown,
Yeah.
and the police denied it. The police denied it actually.
They deny everything, and this is the problem we're getting. But we've now got to the stage now where they're denying stuff in plain sight. We're seeing the wrongs that the police do, and we're seeing the wrongs that the education are doing, and now we're looking at them. They're indoctrinating our schools. They're indoctrinating anywhere there's children. There's going to be a cesspit of corruption, and it's going to be a cesspit of paedophiles, ideologists, anyone that wants to control our children. And what we've got to remember is the children are so precious, and they're innocent. Why are they now targeting through schools, through church settings?
It's been going on for years.
It's been going on for years, yeah.
And you've got that, and you've got, because the sort of university system, part of the university. So I can't accuse everyone of that, but
No,
you've got the whole lefty narrative, and then you've got teachers coming out with all these beliefs. There was a bit on GB News last night. I think might have been with Patrick Christie. Someone can correct me, or Alex Armstrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but they were saying about the education system, about the indoctrination, and about how, you know, they're telling kids to make up Christmas cards for asylum seekers and this and that. And
They've done Valentine, didn't they do Valentine's cards last year? And now the Christian church, they're all about, giving for the refugees and giving to the asylums and giving to everyone else. Giving to everyone else who's not actually paid into the system. They don't actually belong here. They're actually criminals. They broke into our country, so why are they here? And this goes as well. If you commit a crime in this country, legal or illegal, asylum or refugee, why are you allowed to stay here? Why are people still not accepting of what these people are? You know what I mean? They're not cut from the same cloth as us. They don't have the same values, the same morals. So why these people come in and give them gifts and say to them, you're welcome? Yeah, you are welcome. Well, go and take them to your church then. Your churches are big enough. Your mosques are big enough. Go and take them there.
The Christian side, right? Because I did have a conversation about Christianity, because I do think we need to become more Christian, and get back Christian values.
You get Christian through spiritualism. You get Christian just by being
I
a good
agree.
moral person. You don't
100%,
have
exactly.
to be going to a church and telling someone, oh, I've been a good Christian today, or I've done this today. No. Every day and every minute of your life, you live as a good Christian.
Yeah, I agree. You don't have to be a Christian to have Christian morals.
No, you don't. You just have to be have a moral compass, and anyone can have that.
That is
but
it.
we are fighting a war that we don't have a level playing field. You know, like we don't have any protection. Us women and children do not have any protection. We don't have stab vests. We don't have
CS
sprays, pepper sprays. We don't have anything like that.
Do you think that should be?
It should be mandatory. It should be mandatory for women and children. Yeah.
The only problem you got with that is that then it becomes accessible to everyone. Then you get people, it gets into the wrong hands. That's the only thing.
But do you know what? I'd rather stab vest in the wrong hands and not have one. So I would like them to come into my children's school and say, look, this is what's happening in the country, and it's not misinformation, and it's not, you know, don't always believe what you're seeing on the mainstream news. This has actually happened. Our children are getting raped. Our children.
How sad is that though? Like that you should have to need to
In this day
educate
and
our
age.
children. Like, you know, my boy's over there. Like, he's only, but you know, if anyone, you know, that this feeling as a parent,
Yeah.
I feel now that you can't.
It's there.
Yeah.
I can't get that feeling out that it is going to happen, and it's that anxiety of just not knowing how and when and who.
In terms of, let's talk about the Pink Ladies now. There's a big. You come to the big protest next week, I presume,
am,
in
yeah.
Chelmsford. Do you want to just tell our audience? I'm live on YouTube at the moment. GauciReports, don't forget it. Just give us a bit more about what you're doing in the area,
In
like
Pink
Stephen,
Ladies.
in Pink Ladies
In Pink
here, and how
Ladies.
you guys are working together. Because I don't know if you're aware, there's going to be we're hosting a Pink Ladies X Space on Tuesday evening.
No, I didn't wear that.
They're
But yeah.
on X. So even
Oh, on X, yes.
I believe if you have not got an X account, you can still get onto X via the link, which I've still
Okay.
got to get that created and out sent out. That's Tuesday evening from 7 o'clock. It's just basically it's just a pre-protest sort of information
Yes.
evening where she's just going to
Okay.
dish it and find out if there's people there that want to join the Pink Ladies, which you
Yes.
can obviously explain
Yeah.
now, and where to go, where to find you, and get in
Yeah.
contact and reach out.
Yeah, so you can reach out. We're on quite a few groups. Obviously, we do have a private group, Pink Ladies, and that is a safe space for women only. So unfortunately, gentlemen can't join, but we do get a lot of support from the gentlemen. We're also on Stevenage Watch, so they get a lot. The Patriots.
What platforms are these on?
These would be on YouTube. BB Audits is on X, I believe, is on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. So we're trying to get the wider audience as well, and it's just trying to get on every platform to get our message across of what we are. We're just concerned mums, and all we want is safety for us women and children. We want our voices to be heard, and we want to know that if we call or we want support or protection, that the people that we put in power are going to be there to do that. Because at the moment we're seeing daily that that's not happening. And so part of the Pink Ladies are, and my stance is to is to spread the news of what we're about. We are a group of women. We're a group of women with children, and we want to. I can't think what I was going to say now. It's gone out of my head. Sorry.
Just about the Pink Ladies.
Yes.
You're basically.
Yeah. So with me personally, I just want to be able to walk in my town safely. So we do want to create more content, get more people on board, so we can start patrolling. You know, we can start going to our parks. There's a King George's playing field over the back there, where we know that loads of kids walk through there to and from school, and the men just sit around there. So we want to be able to have patrol people around there. And I know that the Pink Ladies are doing stuff with the Shield, and they're doing other groups, and okay. Well, they're doing. Everyone's doing their own bit of having to make themselves.
Everyone's trying to look for something they can do to help and support,
Yeah.
because we
But I
all
think
care
that-
about the same thing ultimately. And it's like you say, the patrolling of, but it's even things like that. So you can't just
It's
have
giving out
anyone
rape alarm.
patrolling.
No, you
Yeah,
can't. DBS
you know.
checks. But this is what I mean. Stevenage Watch is amazing. Ronnie Hearn, she has been a patriot for 20 years. So she's a really good egg. She knows a lot of what's going on, and I've been in contact with her since I started the Pink Ladies. So she is a great source of information and knowledge, and that's what it is. It's getting people knowledge, because people just don't know.
Sharing knowledge as
They're
well,
just-
sharing best practice as well, because you might want to you might do
real
something
ego.
that's like another Pink Ladies movement might be doing, and
Yeah.
without communicating, so look, this is how we do it. You can make you more efficient,
Yes.
more.
Yeah.
I say cost
We can-
effective, because there is things do cost money as well, and there's a
And
better
that's
way
what
of doing
I'm saying.
things.
They're giving out rape alarms. I want to give out rape alarms. I want to be able to go into schools and say to them, like, this is what potentially is happening, or this is what could happen. You have to be aware, and you have to arm yourself with knowledge. You have to look at your safety. Don't count on the school looking after you. Don't count on someone coming to save you.
And encourage kids to go and get some self-defense.
Yes.
Go boxing,
Go
whether
boxing,
boy or
go
girl.
kickboxing. I mean, there's so
Anything.
much
Get yourself down.
teaching.
Well, if you're a teenager and you're old enough to get yourself down the gym,
Down the
15,
gym.
16. Because even if you don't have to be a child, by the way.
No.
This is like for young
Oh, no,
women.
from 14. Your kids can go from school from gym from 14 onwards on their own. People say they can go with their parents, but I think it's more. You're going to have to arm yourself. You're going to have to be able to defend yourself in this day and age, because no one is there to help you.
I
And
agree.
even if you're on a packed train, and someone's coming at you with a knife, it's not guaranteed there's 20 people in there that would come and protect you. They'd all run the other way, you know. And I know, you know what?
Yeah, how do you defend yourself against when you're unarmed against people that are armed? Because we're not that type of country.
No, I
We get a
wouldn't
lot of
know how to do
Americans
it.
on like that contact me or they're on the lives and that,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Well, you don't have no Second Amendment." They can't believe they can't believe that we don't. Unfortunately, no, we don't. And even if we did, I think a lot of them would get into the wrong hands as well. But we should have the right to defend ourselves properly without him being in fear of getting arrested by the police. Because at the end of the day, for me, I feel that all the establishment is against us, whether that's the police, education system, the judiciary, anything, social services. Because you've got people like social services, right? So when you talk these other stories, I know multiple stories of this, right? Where you've got, say, celebrating British culture, right? I know 3 stories this has happened to, right? Where wearing the dress or celebrating something British,
Yes.
or we've had children out protesting with their parents. Then families have been contacted by social services and prevent
Yeah.
because they feel the children are being radicalised. See, that's again another lefty indoctrination move strategy to try and
They
get
just shut things
shut you down as a family to think, oh, I don't want social service to contact me. I don't really want to be swearing at this early on a Saturday morning, but it
No, but that's what I'm
makes
saying.
my
They
afternoon.
feel
I should say.
what they feel is they can just keep oppressing people. Yeah, they'll keep shutting them down. So if we go this way, they shut us down. We go that way. Whatever move we do, they're shutting us down. But they're doing it in plain sight now. We're getting judges. We're getting.
Do you think we're making headway though? I do think we're getting a little bit.
100%. Because at the end of the day, we're always more powerful than the people we put in power. You know, there's only 600 and something MPs. Yes, we know they've got the police and they've got this, but then we have to look forward to that. We have to look forward more further than that. What comes next? If there is a civil war, what they're going to call in the army? Do they think the army are going to go against their citizens? Because that would be the next thing, wouldn't it? Because there isn't enough police. There isn't enough
Yeah,
police.
and from what we've heard,
3
there
million
was a rumor that came out earlier in the week where there was like 9 high level ranking officers, or I think it was not 8 or
Yes.
9, had come out. There was an internal, there was an entire argument. Yeah,
Was it saying
yeah,
basically that
the government
Starmer-
has got to, which what we want to hear, which is what we need. We just now need the police to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, with the police,
some are. I've spoken to some, and look, there's some of them. You know, obviously they want to protect themselves, but as I said to them, there will come a day where that's not going to be your answer.
that's not good enough for
You
me.
can't look at me blank. You can't look at me blank, and they do. They look at me with a blank face when I'm pointing out what you're doing. You know how if you was to actually investigate the police, half of you would be arrested yourself because there's paedophiles, there's corruption, police, there's racism, there's misogynistic. We know that all goes on. We know that they take photographs of dead people and send them off in WhatsApp groups. Do you know what I mean? That's how sick some people are in the Metropolitan Police, and that's in any setting, anywhere there's power. There's a cesspit of these sort of people.
And from what I know, or from what I believe to know by people that have told me, it's like with policing, for instance, you've got a certain level of policing. When you get to a certain level, it becomes political.
Yeah.
Let's face it. We've got Sadiq Khan, who's the head of Met Police.
Yeah, been
He's
in
the head
9
of Met
years,
Police,
isn't
right? And we've got someone here who blatantly refuses to acknowledge that there are Pakistani grooming gangs in London,
Yeah.
and now we've got 9,000 cases to be reviewed
Yeah.
by the police. So for me, they're marking their own homework.
Yeah.
And not only that, I think someone was telling me yesterday, don't quote me on this, so got to do more research on this, that they're only going to really look at 30 cases out of that. Wonder why that is.
They look at 30 cases, and also I was there yesterday in London at Canning Town with the Pink Ladies, where we was basically asking Khan questions. Obviously, we weren't allowed in there. Susan Hall came out, and
She's amazing.
she's an amazing lady. So she came out in her pink, and she said, like, I'm going to put the question to him about the 9,000 grooming gangs. And I saw when I got home after the protest, that there was it was on BBC, no, not BBC, because I don't watch BBC, ITV, one of them anyway, or GB. And she said to him specifically, right, so now you know what a grooming gang is, will you say sorry and apologise for all those girls you dismissed? And he still didn't
Danced around
apologise.
it again.
Still danced around it.
Honestly.
And this is this person that we've got ahead of ahead of our police and God knows what else. And he's got his fingers in every pie. Literally.
Well, we know what he's heading for, the old C40s, Agenda 30, the C40 cities, which if anyone doesn't know about, it's about the 15-minute cities that all go. They wanted to implement all around. That's a completely another rabbit hole to go down.
don't know that
Look up
one.
C40 cities. It's a website. Go and look at it, and you'll see about all the mayors all around the world,
Oh, okay.
all coming together. They want ULEZ, 15-minute cities. They're all that's why back in
It's
ULEZ.
global.
This is
and
a
this
global
what
thing.
people
It's a
don't
global
understand.
agenda.
They want one currency. They want one nationality. They want one ideology. They want us all in robotic form. Yeah. And obviously, that's not going to happen. Like, hell would have to freeze over before I would be turned into anything other than what I want to be, which is a normal mum just standing here protesting against everything that they want to do.
I've asked this question right a few times over the last couple of weeks, right? Because there's this argument that people say that protesting don't work. Now, I do. It does work because without people protesting, it doesn't bring attention or awareness to the thing that you're campaigning about in the first place, right? So it does work. So specifically about, say, protests outside the hotels, at what point do we take it to the next level? Because especially since we had the stabbings of and the murder and the horrific terrorist murder of Wayne Broadhurst, and then we had the terrorist attack again, and I will keep calling it a terrorist attack.
on
The
the train.
stabbings on the train,
Yeah, it was
right?
a terrorist
It's
attack.
terrorist attack. I'm not having
They
this.
were terrified.
Tommy Robinson gets called a terrorist for not giving his PIN number on out his phone. Yet this guy, I don't care where he's from, I don't care what colour he is. It's not about race or religion or anything. It's a terrorist attack, right? We still don't hear nothing, right?
And also, why
And-
is there no
but-
phone footage? Why has no one's phone footage come out? I've not really seen.
Not
any
from
phone-
inside. I've seen
Not
bits
from-
outside. I don't know
I've
whether.
seen bits outside, but why has it not been released? Why is everything being hush hush? You know,
Well, we've
why
seen-
did he say that? Apparently, he said "devil" to the child or something. No, he didn't. We all know what he shouted.
And even then, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
He
matter.
terrified those people. On the
Yeah,
train.
100%.
And also, when they try and mime as what's his name, William Anthony or something like that.
Anthony Williams,
We
yeah.
also got to think about, but we've had immigration come into this country for 30, 40 years, yeah. So yes, he may have been born here, but I bet his dad, father, grandfather, brothers, and up in the generations, they probably would have come in the same ideology. So what's he been taught for the last 10,
And it doesn't matter.
15,
Even if he's
20
British and
cares?
he can still be radicalised. Anyone
Yes.
can be radicalised. So
Radicalised, and you're still a
and it does happen.
Yeah.
But the point I was going to get to, Hayley, was the fact that after that particular week, like I was pretty down in the dumps. I was like pissed off, and I was thinking, like, I was like, like feeling sorry for myself. I was thinking, like, what more can we do? Because how many times do we keep saying enough is enough? Like when I put tweets out, another stabbing in Birmingham,
Yeah.
like another one got murdered. In that young lady, that Lily, she got murdered.
Yeah,
she got
Lily
stabbed in the
White,
neck. But like, do you know what I'm
Lily
saying?
White.
A murder after
And
murder
you know
after
him?
murder.
You
So
know
what
the
do we
man?
do next?
That man who done that murder, that Lily White, that young girl, he was just released on early release for manslaughter. Someone needs to look at that. He got done 11 years for manslaughter, and he was released early. And then he went on.
Yeah,
to
he
stab
was
her.
out on license, wasn't he? And he didn't do his full term.
Didn't
And
do
that
his
was
full
again, that's
term.
part of Starmer's releasing early
Releasing
scheme.
early, yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
It works, doesn't it? This is how diverse we are. But we are literally, they are releasing murderers and rapists at an epic level, and we are not even beginning. We're not even getting the heads up.
But yeah, we'll probably get arrested for saying some of the things that we've been saying on this
You can
live.
think about as well. One of them can come out of here or anywhere, sexually assault, and I'm talking anyone who lives at a resident as well, can sexually assault or rape a girl, go to prison, come back out, and be let back in the same community, or where they can see their attackers. You know, but how does this become normal? How does it become normal that we have to tell our children that they have to be aware when they're going to school? They have to do this. They have to watch what they wear. They have to watch how they behave, who they hang around with, and be aware of the dangers. Be aware of going on the train, and that's what it is. Why? How have we allowed this? How have we got to this state where we are now a target for every single nutter that is on our streets?
Well, we've just got no political will. We've got no government that wants to do
weak, he's
anything.
weak.
We've got a government that doesn't want to do anything.
No,
That's
he
got
wants to
how many
play-
times he says he's going to smash the gangs? You know,
Oh yeah, what was it? One in,
One in, one out scheme.
In, one out, innit? Something like that scheme.
I think 4,000 have come in, and I think 120 have gone out. So that obviously works. And then the one of the one in, one out, he went out, come back in.
And he got
So,
paid to go again. didn't he,
You
or
know what I'm
something?
saying?
Yeah.
So we've
We've
got no border force. We've got border force on strike now. I don't even know what they've not been doing anything anyway. So it's actually nothing's changed really.
The only way we're going to make change is the people, because the government will continue to do what they do. The people will still continue to come in. Our children will still be raped and murdered. Nothing's going to change. They're not stopping.
But what do we do next, though, Hayley? Because this is my point from
We
the
need
early
to
point.
unite.
Like,
We
what
need
do we
to
do
stop
now?
all
Without
this.
civil war, we've gone from protesting, or you got civil war. What do we do in the middle now? Like,
I
what do
think we need to get rid of people's egos, with regards to splinter groups and stuff like that. Stop the infighting, because having all these splinter groups, imagine if we had all these splinter groups together, and under one cause, like the government have under one cause, The government are working under one umbrella. We're not. We're working
Well,
on
the
the load
lefties
of.
are. They're very well organised
Yes.
and mobilised. Even despite we
Mobilised,
hate them, you know what I mean?
yes.
They are mobilised.
They are, but then they have a lot more clout up there, I believe, than what the rights do. You know, far rights, whatever they want to call us. But I do think it is about communicating together, and I think it's about uniting together and going on protests. I mean, at the end of the day, what are they scared of? They're scared of us. They're scared of us fracturing. They're scared of us not communicating. They're scared of us. Not putting our stories out there. And I think that proves when you had 3 million people in London on the 13th of September, but the news said there was only 150,000. If they weren't scared of us, why did they not report all the correct findings, all the correct statistics?
And the correct arrests
And the correct arrest. And I think, what was it? And then you go back and you've only got to look at what, I mean, there was a gentleman the other day, back the Notting Hill Gate, there's murders, there's rapes, there's everything, drugs and everything there. But that's allowed to go on. But in that 3 million people that are on the Tommy Robinson, I think there was, 8 arrests?
Something like that.
Minimal.
Yeah. There was something about 25 or 30 arrests, and about 8 or 9 were from the march, and the rest were from Antifa and the counter.
But then we've got 2-tier policing, and we've got a government that does not care about its citizens. That's what we've got. And as soon as people learn to wake up and see what's actually going on, getting out there, finding the information, you're not going to know.
I think you made a really important point though about fractured groups coming together, and I think that's what hopefully the Pink Ladies are doing, because you've got all your little areas of Pink Ladies, and like, I know Ola's and they're organising this big pink protest next week in Chelmsford on the 22nd. In I think it's in the town centre, but it's near the RAF site, Wethersfield RAF site. It's near there, but it's in the town centre. So hopefully that should be good. But that again, that is a way where all the Pink Ladies can come together. And I'll tell you what the government are scared of. They're scared of calling people. Well, they are. They call the Pink Ladies the far right extremists, as we've seen in Whitechapel, in Tower Hamlets Council. So they're scared of, grandmothers, mothers, daughters, and for this looking after their children, their families, all they want. And that is why it's important that the men take the step back, but they are there if they need it.
Yes,
and there's going to come a time now, because I've seen things happening over the last 48 hours, and I've put my hat in the ring for whatever. I feel like going to Calais. I feel like doing it. I'm going to do it.
I want to go and document it. I do want to go and document it. And I know there's a few lads that do want to go. So I think we are going to start doing something.
Let's not give too much away, because this is live.
The only way we're going to get is that they're not stopping them, so we have to do our thing.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Well, Hayley, I've taken up so much of your time. Nice to finally meet you.
Thank you.
This is Hayley from the Pink Ladies, and so that's amazing. Thank you very much, Hayley. So this, you were joking. Oh, fucking hell. Bless him. There are some hotels though out in St Albans, isn't they? They've got both. They've got migrants and people going in them. Yeah, but it's the other one. No, it's the other one that the one that Somani Hotels own the Bell. I think it's that. I think it's that hotel. I think they still do weddings in that there.
Island as well that AY and BB went over to. That's got normal members of the public in it and
migrants
illegals in it as well. That's crazy. There was a guy who said, "Oh, my sister's in there." He was like, he said they know what goes on in there.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. Like, how would you do? You'd say, imagine you've got family in there. Because in your hotel, you can sort of roam around in the hotel if you're a teenager.
Yeah. You're saying his sister was in there, but she has to pay to be in there. But illegal immigrants are allowed to be housed in there for free. But if you're homeless and you want to stay, they let you pay to be in there.
Bloody hell.
And I was like, so your people of your country have to pay to be in there, but the illegals that are coming over are allowed to go in there and get given their €9 a week. Did
you see the guy? He's in a WhatsApp group that I'm in. Andy Public. He filmed He's another auditor, by the way. Go and give him a follow. He filmed the Migrant Hotel and having an argument with the geezer out the window, and you got a British couple homeless in the car park next to it.
Yes. Oh yes. I was just saying that someone else.
So sad, because he went down there with someone else. Yeah, in the carpool, and he brought them down duvets and pillows and stuff.
They're like they're in there with the heating on full whack. There's a chap who sleeps up here.
Really?
Outside Tesco's. Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Tesco's, we were chatting to him last time. So come and stand with us. It's like, you're one of the reasons we're fighting this cause.
We had one in Epping as well. The homeless guy.
That's what all the homeless need to start
The thing
doing.
was, then everyone crowded around him, which was a bit too much. Then everyone started giving him money, and everyone was there with their cameras. I was like, no. I think you had the mainstream media there, turn the cameras off. I was like, oh, then film that. You won't film that.
Yeah,
You'll
exactly.
film the grief with the police up by the Civic Centre, but you won't film that.
Needs to do. Anyone local, just camp outside here. You're in the dry, pack up out here, and it'll cause more of a
Yeah.
campaign.
Yes, that's what I think.
It's funny that
Unfortunately,
BBC.
again, it just falls back to there's a lot of keyboard warriors and not enough people with actual.
Yeah,
Because you get loads of people
Bollocks.
commenting on that stuff.
Yeah, loads.
So
and
I
you get
don't
negative
understand-
people. I've had loads of shit
Yeah.
grief.
Yeah.
You're this and you're that, and I'm
I
like,
get loads,
well,
but you know, I just turn them
oh,
off.
ignore them.
But
Yeah,
then
I don't
you
block
share
them.
it, but it's
No,
like-
I don't block
I
them.
like them actually,
Yeah.
because they give me the strength to carry on.
Oh, the ones with the little
But-
laughing
Yeah.
emojis and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people need to get out on the streets. I mean, being on the back of your phone or just commenting is not enough.
Yeah.
It's not
That's it.
enough.
A lot of people say, "Oh well, I didn't come, but I watched it on YouTube." I'm like, "It's great what all you guys are doing. And without you lot, like,
Yeah.
we wouldn't even have the coverage we have because you're telling the truth."
Yes.
But a lot of people now are just too happy to just sit, well, I can watch it online, but that's
Yeah.
not supporting or fighting the cause.
No.
We need you here.
Even if
We
you're
need
here for a little
numbers.
bit,
We need
yeah.
power in numbers. That is the only way anything ever happens is with power in numbers.
Because now, like we said with this, and they don't care. They think, oh, there's only like 30 of them out there, 20, 30 of them. They're all right.
That's
Like
what
something
they-
kicks
they-
off, then
yeah,
it,
they don't care. Well, I had an interview with one of the police officers when we had the opposition here stand up to racism and all of that, and I said, why is there only one police officer?
Yeah.
They went, oh, because they gave us notice. I said, we give them notice for ours. Oh, but you've had antisocial behaviour. I said, 2 people were arrested. They're enough to do with our protest.
Yeah.
People drinking.
oh, was this the one the other week?
Yeah.
In
I said,
October?
so that, both your arguments there, I said, are lies. And she was, oh, yeah, I know they weren't to do with your protest. I said,
Yeah.
so why only one police officer for them? But then when there was 10 of us turn up, you said 16 police officers last time. Oh, well, it's just the way you guys approach it because you come with
Are they-
megaphones.
are they
But because we
Stevenage?
protest with megaphones,
Yeah.
they just stand there and pray, have prayers and have poems. They play poems and things. Apparently, they only need
Are they all Stevenage police? Because even though it's a big police station,
most of the police that come here are Watford. 'Cause we always ask
Oh,
them.
okay.
The
Because
liaison officer
there's hardly
is
any police in that
Stevenage.
Stevenage police station. It's big old Nick, but they don't have many people in there. They probably only have about 8 or 10 on duty.
Down into one, innit? So you got like a big one in Hatfield, big one there, and then they'll just go
Most
out.
of it, even if you get Nick round
Yeah.
there, most of the time they take your hat off. That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And they say they're not, they're impartial and they're not on sides. But when the left are here, one police officer. When we're here, there was 10 of us peacefully protesting, saying our opinion on the megaphone. 16 police officers turn up initially, and then more come on it because you don't know.
Yeah.
I've counted like 21.
Yeah, it's about 21.
But this is my argument with them. I said, why are you not? If you can utilise your resources here, why don't you go and stand outside the school? One of you out patrol the school from 3 till 4. Yeah, Haley was saying, yeah. So
Since we've been here, it's faced the doors the whole time.
you're going to put a flag on it,
Yeah, so I had a flag on there that we put up a couple of weeks ago.
and they took it
They've
down.
taken the flag down to put CCTV, but you film that every couple of minutes, look up at it, and the camera does not move on that door. It solely films the Ibis Hotel, and is that to protect the people of Stevenage, or is that to protect the illegal immigrants in the Ibis Hotel?
Oh,
Yeah, well, exactly.
Oh, when them 2 boys got it, that's the
How we
only
doing,
article
guys?
that's
How we
covered
doing?
this side of things
3 means
when they got arrested.
yeah, Haley.
Yeah.
2 arrested
And that was the
protest.
comment.
Yeah.
That was the comment.
And the next
Sorry, guys, we'll try and get through some of the comments. How did that go? Is that all right? Reach mine. Cheers, Devils. How you doing?
It's just
We need to leave the HMRC. Don't know. You mean the ECHR? Crow Craig.
again.
HMRC is the tax revenue in our revenue, mate.
Don't use Uber Eats, don't use
Things-
Deliveroo, don't use any of them.
Ali, don't worry, he's gone. Are you getting mixed up with Katie Hopkins?
Make yourself some food or go to a nice British takeaway.
Please subscribe and share. Yeah, guys, let's get liking, man. Let's get liking. GauciReports, get sharing. Rain's coming down, but we've got a little bit of cover here.
Slot burger. Go to the butcher's and get some quality meat, innit?
Yeah, guys, I want to get down to Calais, man, or even Dover or something. I just want to get something done.
If you don't want to be here,
We'll just have to
your face being put out on media.
watch this space. Yeah.
Start with the little things.
You're taking your life into your own hands in there, girl.
Go and harass her. No, you're alright. Are they got?
I don't know why some people are so scared of being on camera in a public place. It's,
I know they're on camera anyway.
yeah.
That's what I don't understand. I'll just tell him, yeah, you're not in it, and then yeah, fucking just get him in it.
Yeah, no, it's not on you.
Yeah. Oh, did you see that Danny Tomo thing? It's my channel as GauciReports.
Okay.
GauciReports. Oh no, thank you, mate.
What was your one?
And Marcus Mark.
Marcus Mark.
Are you local? Are you? Or?
Travelling. I'm from Stevenage. Yeah, we've just moved back in Hampton Way.
God, that's a bit of a mission, isn't it? A couple of hours.
Well, I'm staying. I've got family still down here, so. Yeah, it's not. It's got worse now. This used to be a lovely hotel. Growing up, I was saying, I remember having a Christmas party here back in the late 80s. That used to be a lovely big bar, conference room there.
Well, this is what they do though. They kill the town centres.
Yeah.
So people don't want to come out. You don't. Why would you want to drink down here? I mean, it needs. Don't get me wrong. It needs upgrading, doesn't it? It's like most of these sorts of towns, even in Essex.
That BHS is going into 21 floors, 21-story tower block they want.
For more of these.
Every
Yeah,
single
that's
shop
what I'm
down there's
saying.
gonna go. Flats above the shops where the scaffolding is.
And they're probably getting funded by the likes of BlackRock.
Yeah.
That's what they'll be doing. So they've got the money to do the building, and then they'll just get a. They don't even need to. They don't need to have a privatised section. They can do it all social housing, all paid for, giving them all 10-year contracts.
They've had billions.
10.
In this town centre. Billions.
It's disgusting.
You know what? One thing when I moved to
Blackrock and Vanguard.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really nice. The town centre.
It's the thing. They how much money they churn in like Ibis out of this.
The green spaces and everything.
I think Ibis part of Hilton. Was
The only
that
thing I'd say is
Ibis are French, aren't they?
No, Ibis are French.
Yeah. Yeah.
Years ago,
Funny
this
that one,
used
isn't
Yeah.
it?
I'll tell you what, yeah.
French, and they're coming straight
From
from France
France.
into all the Ibises.
Yeah.
It's almost like that's planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Novotel
was also French.
French. And
Yeah, you've
Novotel.
got the core.
Yeah, we should go down and do a little documentary. Have you been down to the Novotel
No.
in Stevenage? It's 5 minute drive from here as you come off the A1. It's on your left.
Same thing.
Signs where,
Is this where was it here that they threw the piss out of the
yeah,
windows?
up there. See the little slitted windows? That's their bathroom windows. So we were standing under here. We had the megaphones and we're just obviously protesting as we do. And they started hurling bottles of piss out the window. Then eggs were coming down. The police tucked under the arch there because they saw the missiles coming down. I was like, "We're going to do anything?" They're like, "There's nothing we can
They
do."
can find out the room.
So I
It's
said,
easy,
"Okay, we'll start throwing them bottles of piss back, shall we?" And they went, "If you do that, you're going to be arrested."
mate. This is what I'm saying.
So you're watching them come over your head and land in front of your feet, but because they're inside and you wouldn't be able to go in there and pick exactly what room it come from, or it's too much effort, you're not going to do nothing about it.
All they've got to do is look at what window came out.
And go to reception and
Yeah.
go, "Can you tell me what that room is there?"
Not
I need
hard to
know
work
what that
out,
room
is it?
And they're not going to say no, because you're police. When Haley documented it, one of them was sitting there with a knife. 2 officers went in there and said, "Oh, we've approached the situation."
They've taken the windows out. These ones. They're taking the actual glass out. The ones that. Oh, do they? You sure? Was this them as well? Was that paint from? Was that just from you? Oh, okay. We blame them for everything. Here we go, guys. I don't know if you heard that, but you see the windows here that with all the. That's where these threw piss out of at the locals a couple of weeks back. And if you can see there, interesting, eh? See if they're probably all asleep at the minute. I'm not going to stay too long, guys. I'm going to wrap it up soon. Yeah, hate your comments. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're doing the same thing in Harlow as well. They're spending all that money regenerating the old new town, if that makes sense. Because there's 2 parts of the town. And my fear, because the councillor there is Conservatives, but he's doing a good job. From what I used to criticise him, right? But I used to criticise him for a lot of things. But now I think he's actually doing a good job. My only fear is that when they've regenerated that town, all the housing, similar to what these guys have said, they're going to be doing a load of new housing there. Where's it going? Is it going to be social housing? And if it is, who's it going to? You know? It's yeah, guys. I might just I'll come out here at the last minute. I might just knock it on the head in a sec. Let me just, I'm just got to swipe off from here for 1 second. What's the picture quality been like, by the way? Because I altered the settings to give it the highest quality HD. I know it's raining, so it's probably a bit misty or a little bit blurry, but the actual, yeah, it's raining. Just wanted to see the time. I'm going to wrap it up in a few minutes, guys, yeah? Got a couple of decent interviews, Pink Ladies with Hayley. I'll clip that up and get that out to her so she can... How do you boys reckon it's going to be, though? Because this is a time now when people like don't want to protest, isn't it?
Well, that's
it's
it.
horrible, dark.
We changed it to a Saturday from a Monday.
Yeah.
Monday was 6 till 9. Hayley does her one on a Sunday, so we said let's do a Saturday. Everyone's Christmas shopping now. Town's busy. I think the weather last weekend when the lefties were here, town was mobbed. I said right, we're doing a Saturday. It's mobbed. We can get some more interviews. We can get a bit more traction on.
At least got this bit here as well.
Yeah, well, that's what we could accommodate hundreds of people here. No one turns up. No one supports Stevenage. We go to all the other protests and try and help everyone.
No, you've seen your boys down at Epping as well, so thanks for that.
A lot of the Cheshunt girls and boys come down here and support us. But everyone was saying to us, we can't make Mondays, we can't make Mondays. So we said, we'll bang it on a Saturday.
Because everyone's just got the weekend out of the way as well. Everyone's
tired. The weekend we'll be there. There's the same 10 here that have been here for the last 2 months.
Yeah, well, hats off to you.
Sometimes you feel like you're fighting a losing battle and you kind of feel like, is it worth it? We know it's worth it. You know it's worth it. Everyone else.
It's not like we haven't had issues here. Like we've had people getting flashed outside.
You've seen my post about the bail conditions of the guy.
Yeah, I've seen it. And that was all here as well, yeah?
That's
How did you find that here, though? How did you find that information?
When we was marching around that, we do a march around the town.
Yeah.
When we was marching, there was some of them gathering on there's like a little parade around there. So we went to go and see if any of them had an interview. And as they walked off, one of them, see you later.
Are you, Hayley, are you on X or anything? Where you on?
She's on Insta.
Insta. Yeah, send me a thing. What I'll do, I'll clip that interview up and I'll send it to you if you want to post it out. And that, yeah? All right.
Yeah, give me a message. Yeah? I've got little. So
maybe I'll see what will come.
You doing one tomorrow?
I'm doing mine 11 to 1, so we want to come down. I'm also going to Epping. I've got a couple of ladies coming down.
So we approached them to see if we could get an interview. And then the police come over and we're like, leave them. We're asking them. If they say no, we'll leave them alone. So they walked off. One of them's dropped some paperwork out of his pocket, and it was his bail conditions. It was apparently 17-year-old from the 1st of January, full on beard on him, methamphetamines.
1st of Jan, yeah?
Methamphetamines, knife, banned from West Herts College, and not allowed anywhere in Hemel Hempstead at all. Completely banned from the whole of Hemel Hempstead. Police escorted him and took him straight back in it. So they moved him out of Hemel Hempstead because he was a problem. He wasn't allowed in. Hemel Hempstead is probably a town the same size as Stevenage. If no one knows how big Hemel Hempstead is,
yeah, it's huge.
The guy was banned from a whole town. What have you got to done at 17 years old? And 2 of the things they put on there was a knife and methamphetamines. And then you banned him from the whole town.
And you put him into another one.
Into Stevenage. Oh, you can fucking deal with it.
Yeah. You're just moving the problem. You're just moving the problem.
So because
no one wants to take accountability.
I mean, without assuming, if he's not allowed anywhere near a college, why are you not allowed near a college? Because you're either trying to sell drugs to him, you threaten someone with a knife, or you're preying on the girls there. So let's move
probably
to
all
a different
three.
Town where a different town where he's got no restrictions against him and let him do it there.
Yeah, he can get away with doing the same thing yet again.
Yeah, crazy.
And I've seen that with the police as well. When they've come down to Epping from multiple forces, and we've had it out with them. Well, Jay, you know, Big Jay up there is like, he's quite loud. He stuck it on them, and they were like, "Oh, the Met. It was the Met. We're the Met." And we were like, "So what? Don't you know?"
End up getting arrested at some point?
Nah, he's not. Nah, he didn't get arrested. No.
No,
there's been a few little arrests down there, but it's all too
now. As soon as they arrest you, they just put it in your bail conditions that you're not allowed near a migrant hotel.
Yeah. But then what we do, and this is the new.
Done for it as well, haven't they? Like they're just getting them done for breach of this, breach of
this
that.
This is the new powers that they're trying to bring in, though, isn't it? About repeat protests and stuff, and about Section 14s.
What the name of it is and change the location every time, which is not hard to do.
And Epping's not too like you could either go from here. You just got to move it down now. But then unless they start putting in.
Bell Hotel, 100 yards to the left of the Bell Hotel. Then we're doing 100 yards to the right of the Bell Hotel.
Find a way of doing it. There's other ways. Or you just go and do a complete protest outside the council offices.
Part of our human rights, which is what we're fighting for. This is part of the bigger picture. Yes, it's the illegal immigration. It's part of freedom of speech, human rights. It's all part of the cause.
See you later, mate. Nice to meet you, mate.
I'll give you a message,
I'll be tomorrow. Yeah, I lost your number.
I'll text you. I'll give you a text in a bit.
So you've got
Oh, I don't know. It's just fuck it. I just think now we're at a point now we just got to.
what extreme has this got to get to?
That's what
We've had enough. Like it should be, and
Well,
one's too many.
this
One
is what
rape
we
is
said.
too many.
Epping's massive because it's been on the news because of what happened. So is it taking for someone to actually get raped or sexually assaulted before people will stand with us? Because that's not right. Why should someone have to come out of there and physically hurt someone before the local people will stand up? We know what they're doing.
And that's when that does happen, and as every day goes past, our chances go up. Right? When that does happen, that's when you get anger, and that's when you get, and that's what they want.
Again,
That's
look,
what I feel they want. They
camera's
want
still
it.
not
They want
moved
it.
off the door.
Yeah.
Right? And you're telling me then the government's not trying to protect these? Who's that camera paid for then?
Yeah.
Right? Because that's connected to a lamppost
Yeah.
of Stevenage Council. So that's paid for by the working
Yeah,
people.
it's not going to be them,
Well, no, exactly.
even though they could probably fund it.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Go take the daughter out for lunch.
Yeah, no worries. I'm shooting off in a sec anyway.
We're done anyway.
Yeah, it's right.
We've got-
All right, man. Well, we're going to shoot as well. Right.
Thanks for
No,
coming down,
that's
man.
right, man. No worries, man. No worries. Right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Let me just. Going to wrap it up here, guys. We're just outside the Ibis Hotel here in Stevenage, as you can see. Weather's bad. About 20 people turned up. Everyone's dispersed now. Just about showing that solidarity. So, fucking hell, my hair. Look at the state of that. So yeah. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Gauci Reports. This was just done on the whim, yeah. So let me just turn this around so you can see exactly like with the hotel. There's a camera on us as well. There's another camera watching. Sorry, darling. But as you can see, that's what it says. Look, it's all in Arabic. The door is locked. Please wait a while for security to arrive. There we go. As you can see, look, we've got the camera up there pointing right on us as well. Let's go and look, see if it follows me about. Probably tuning into me. But I'm going to switch off now. So go and get a like and subscribing. This live will download soon. So got a couple of good interviews there. So let's wrap it up there. And I'll see you on the next one. I'll keep you updated what's going on next week. So yeah. See you later, guys. Have a good weekend, yeah.